am the next one who should have been laid off. I am an essential worker. They don't talk about us much. Don't put none of that in.
Tuesday, I know it's late, but I'm feeling great, and you feel the same. So why don't you stay? I need you to stay.
Hey y'all, it's Angie Rush here, or Angel, whatever works best for you. If it's your first time seeing my face, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell button if you want. If you don't want to, it's all good. Thanks for joining me today. Today's video, I just cooked and I recorded that, so that video will be coming soon. For today's video, I'm going to be eating. I made myself some like meatballs, some gravy stew, and some broccoli, and some mashed potatoes. I would have made some rice. This would be good with rice, but we got mashed potatoes today because I was craving some heavy carbs, you know? But today's video I've been wanting to do for a while, since all this stuff has, first of all, let me ask you, how have you guys been today? Or how have you guys been since this whole quarantine, during this isolation? I know a lot of people have been having a hard time, and if you have been having a hard time mentally, any type of way, I'm so sorry. I know this thing has been crazy. I, for one, have hit every single step of not feeling bad. I did in the beginning. In the beginning, I had a lot of anxiety because I just didn't know how it was gonna go. If you don't know me, I moved abroad for school. I started school about 2 years ago now, I think, a year and a half, I don't know. I moved abroad to come to the States. I'm from Canada, to go to school down here. So that happened, and I came down here. It's been cool, but this pandemic has, I'm doing summer classes, but I've been done school for like 2 months now, a month. So I couldn't fly back home. Usually I fly home as ASAP, as soon as I possibly can, like I'm not even kidding. And I like to leave at the end of the week because I have work, so I can finish the work week. But literally, like, usually ASAP. Like, as soon as my last test is done, the next day I'm flying home. Like, that's how quick I usually fly back home. By the way, this food is a bomb. I'm so proud of myself. Yeah, but I usually fly back home ASAP, and then I come here like as late as I possibly can, just because at home has like all my main family. I have family down here, like my cousins and aunts and stuff like that, and uncles, but my like immediate family, my parents, like all my people, my friends and stuff are back home. So it just always feels nice to be back home because I'm always homesick. So I usually fly back home, and due to this pandemic, I couldn't. So our school ended around, like, we ended having physical classes so abruptly. Like, one day we just got a message. We finished the school day, we just got a message, and it was like, and I was at work, and I remember we were at work and all of us were like, yo, school's done, because like a lot of us work, a lot of college kids work at I work at a YMCA branch, so a lot of us work there. So we're like, yo, school's done, and they were like, hey, physical classes are closed due to this pandemic, so everything will be moved online. We're gonna have like a 2-week break because it was spring break, and then they took like the rest of the week off. So they're like, take that break, collect yourself, things aren't due, and it was just like a whole shutdown. It was crazy. So that happened. As the days go by, I'm thinking, should I go back home? I have this apartment, and it's like, why would I go back home if I have this apartment and I have to pay my rent anyway? And then if I go back home, I don't have a job. So that's how it started. So I was stressed about work. I was stressed about going to fly home. My one roommate, who's from Alaska, she went home. I didn't. And my prime minister literally said, if you are abroad, it's time to come home. Like verbatim. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he said.
Let me be clear. If you're abroad, it's time for you to come home.
And I didn't listen. So I was like, let me live this out. And I got like a lot of anxiety because I kept going back and forth for like a couple days. It's in a vlog. Back and forth, should I fly home? Should I stay? Should I fly home? Should I stay? And me and my family decided that I'd just stay down here. It's safer not to travel. And because everyone was getting on planes anyway. And it was just safer to stay home. So I did that. I stayed here. So there was that. And I was just like praying, I hope I'm not stuck here till like August, because God forbid I'm stuck here till August and then I got to go back to school. And then there were so many rumors being like, yo, we're not going back to school. All the schools back in Canada, well, the schools that I know in my hometown, they like pretty much canceled already for next semester. So the whole year they're just doing online classes. So I was like, oh, okay, we're pretty much gonna do the same. But first of all, I didn't know for sure. So I was like, I don't want to stay here till August, and then I'm stuck here all year and I haven't got to go back home. And I kept telling my cousin, I'm telling you now, I'm going to be very depressed if that happens and if I have to stay here any longer. I am an essential worker. They don't talk about us much. Isn't that cute? But I work at a YMCA branch, and we work with kids, infants to school-age children. We are essential workers and we matter. I'm just saying that now because nobody talks about us and everybody forgets about us. But we are an essential worker, and our branch got a pandemic license. So what that means is we only cater to kids who have parents who are pandemic workers. Grocery store workers, obviously medical workers, like people who need to go to work. That's the only people we cater to. A lot of people got laid off and they stay home with their kids. So that's one thing. One thing, we don't get enough recognition. We don't get any recognition at all. Recognition at all. And I probably just sound like I'm complaining, which I'm not. I'm the next one who should have been laid off. So when people got laid off, every single day I was stressed out of my mind. Every single week was a blessing. I was like, I should have been laid off. Oh my gosh, I'm not laid off yet. I'm next. They were laying off people. Like whoever was last to be hired is getting laid off. So everyone's getting laid off, and I made the cutoff and didn't get laid off. I think a lot of that had to do with people not even being in town anymore, but I am literally the next to get laid off, and I'm not getting laid off because now they're slowly bringing people back to work because we're getting more kids now, and the other branches are opening. With that being said, other branches are opening now because us and like I think one or two more branches were open in my city. So that was like really scary. So they're opening up in a week's time because now more people are coming back to our center, and that's scary, as I said 100 times, because we don't know what those new people are exposed to that are going to be coming to our center. So there's that. We are pandemic workers. Don't forget about daycare workers who have been pandemic workers. Child care workers, don't forget about us. We never get spoke about, which sucks. Like sometimes you just want to be acknowledged for like, I don't know, putting our lives on the line. I'm here. It is May. I'm able to fly back home. I'm a dual citizen, so like honestly I was able to fly back home at any moment. The only thing that has been hindering me to fly back home is that I won't be making money when I go back home. Usually when I go back home in the summers, I kind of take a little break, like a week or two, and then the summer camps open and I jump into a summer camp. But this year it's not like that. So we've really been debating when I go back home. So right now I'm just trying to save as much money as I can, because it recently came out in Ohio, some of the universities, I don't know about all, I'm just speaking about mine and some that I know, that they are opening their universities and their schools the way they might do it with elementaries and like not universities, like high schools, whatever, junior highs, is they might switch off days. So Mondays will be this group, Tuesdays will be this group. Stupid. But for universities, we are back to normal. Pretty much. They said they're going to follow guidelines, but I don't trust college kids. I mean, college kids, us, we're kind of dumb and we're very carefree. I mean, the first time that when this pandemic first broke out, all of us, not me, I'm just speaking for us, all of us were in Miami. So that goes to show you how kind of scared I am and how some people aren't taking this seriously. So it kind of freaks me out. So they're saying they're back to normal. And if you want, you can, most classes will have two options. You can do online or you can do in person. So what me and my family have pretty much came to the conclusion is that I'm going to do all online classes and I'm going to fly home eventually. So that gets me excited because I'm going to be spending my next semester in Canada, which Makes me so excited, but also kind of nervous because when I'm here, I'm motivated because when I come in here, it's school and I'm motivated to also do my YouTube videos, which gets me excited. But why I'm so excited is because I'm going to be around my family. My dad is a professor and he's doing online classes. So he said we could work together. So I'll be home with him doing school while he teaches. And that's fun. Also, I'll be spending Thanksgiving with my family back home. And my birthday, which is so fun. So fun. So I'm excited to go back home. I literally don't know when right now. I'm trying to save up a certain amount of money because I still have to pay my rent, which is the one downfall of this all. You may be thinking, why don't you cut your lease, this and that? The smartest thing to do would be to cut my lease. But by doing that, I have to spend money. And it's just a hassle to cut my lease. Also, I have all my stuff here, so it's a hassle to move all of that out. And then I love my apartment. Like, I got lucky with my roommates, and I'm very scared to get thrown into a whole new apartment and go through all this again because literally I hear horror stories all the time. On my first go, I got some pretty good roommates. Again, how have you guys been? I just want to go clubbing. I just want to get drunk and have fun. I really do. I've been having some gears turning in my head of business things I want to do. I have a long weekend this weekend, which I love, or last weekend when you guys are watching this. It's a long weekend right now, and I love it so much because it really has given me that Monday, which is tomorrow, to really do a lot of things, and I'm so excited. Today was basically homework day and filming day, and I got all that off the checklist. Filmed 2 videos today now, which is awesome, and gets a lot out of the way for tomorrow. I'm really proud of myself, and I love when I say that to myself. I just think it's so important to be proud of yourself. Anything interesting you guys want to tell me about? Let me know down below. I love talking to you guys. How are you guys spending your quarantine? Have you learned anything new? A new skill? Anything new about yourself? Self-reflection is so important and so encouraged. Self-love, I always talk about it and I always encourage it. I've been not really quarantined, obviously, because I have to go to work. So the weekends are usually my days. But I've been trying to get my splits back. See if I got a bow and arrow. Nope. See? The flexibility is so bad. I've been trying to be flexible again because I used to be so flexible. And I stopped stretching. So I'm trying to get my flexibility back. But things seem to slowly be opening back up. And I just want to remind people to stay safe out there. Protect yourself. Right now it's really all man's for themselves. So I really want you guys to take care of yourself. Take this as seriously as possible. Thanks for watching my video. Last one. Thank you guys so much for eating with me and listening with me. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. I love you guys so much, as usual. And to comment, rate, subscribe. Mwah. Remember to be humble and remember, always remember, self-love is the best love. And it's not goodbye. It's see you later. Bye guys. Mwah.
Enjoyed your time. Still getting closer to my dreams. Look, excuse me as I take a step closer to my dreams.